As Yhwach bids farewell to his father, the Soul King, he remembers himself as a young boy, filled with ambition and destined to inherit the future of all worlds. In his vision, he watches the Soul King, emotionless and bound in crystal, divide the primordial sea into the human world, Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo. A strange ceremonial sword appears, severing the Soul King's limbs, which then drift apart to stabilize these realms. Seeing himself revert to infancy in this sea, Yhwach sheds a single tear, haunted by memories of his sense-deprived infant self, buoyed by thousands of hands reaching out to him. As Yhwach reflects, Ichigo has a brief vision of this tragic scene. He snaps back to reality while he, Inoue Orihime, Sado Chad, Yoruichi, and Ganju ride Inoue Orihaime's Santen Keshin up toward the Soul King Palace, pondering what he has just witnessed. Below, Tremors rock the Seraitai. Renji and Rukia, alongside other captains and lieutenants, realize something catastrophic is happening. Mayuri deduces that the Vandenreich has removed a keystone holding the three worlds together and ponders their goal. Meanwhile, Sternritter members Baz B, Lil Tato, and Giselle sense the disturbance as well. In the human realm, Ryukin Ishida inspects pieces of still silver and Isshin Kurosaki notices Karakura town beginning to shake as he senses the shift. Back in the Soul King Palace, Yhwach taunts the Soul King, declaring these tremors are the first steps toward a new world. Suddenly, Ichigo and his group appear before him. When Ichigo declares they're here to stop him, Yhwach, with his eyes glowing and triple-pupiled, tells Ichigo that he foresaw his arrival and was prepared. Ichigo grabs the handles of his Shikai Zangetsu and vows to stop him. Yhwach invites Ichigo to use his new power, but warns that his dual blades might break. Both combatants launch forward, clashing in a blinding shockwave. As they collide, Ichigo forces Yhwach outside the palace with a powerful Getsuga Tensho, surprising him with his speed and intensity. Yhwach barely blocks Ichigo's follow-up attack with his Reishi broadsword, hurtling them both down to Tenjiro Kirinji's city. The battle rages on, with Yhwach unleashing his blood vein to block Ichigo's strikes while taunting him. Firing his Sank Bogen at ground level, Yhwach decimates the area, but Ichigo counters with another Getsuga Tensho, leaving Yhwach impressed by his cleverness. They fly off the city's edge, clashing mid-air as Yhwach points out that Ichigo's efforts are futile, promising only death in his future. They lock blades once again before Yhwach unleashes Qualkrice, surrounding Ichigo in a ring of Heilig Bogans. Undeterred, Ichigo cuts down all the Heilig file, but Yhwach's next move, Kirchenlied. Sankt Zwinger nearly traps him. Ichigo counters with Getsuga Jujisho, shattering the barrier in a massive explosion that throws Yhwach into another city's shrine, leaving him sprawled in a crater. As Ichigo appears above him, Yhwach admits Ichigo's Royal Guard training has made him formidable. But to Ichigo's shock, Yhwach reveals he hasn't been using his triple-pupiled eyes fully and reactivates the Almighty, a power that allows him to foresee and alter all futures. A column of blue flames fills the sky, condensing into a vast Qualkrice. Yhwach launches a barrage of giant Heilig file at Ichigo, who blocks with a Getsuga Tensho before attempting to strike back. But Yhwach reappears behind him each time, anticipating every move. Frustrated, Ichigo swings his blade, only to be caught by Yhwach's hand, veins of blood crawling into his face as Yhwach mocks Ichigo's futile struggle. Just as Ichigo tries to resist, Yhwach predicts his words, attacking with force that sends Ichigo hurtling up into the Soul King Palace. Ichigo collapses in front of his friends while Yhwach rises from below, announcing he has seen all of Ichigo's future. In Sairete, Renji and Rukia, desperate to help, decide to seek Urahara's guidance. Other Shinigami sense the growing threat as tremors rock the city. Inside the laboratory, Urahara informs his team that these tremors are connected to the Soul King's fate. Despite the dire warning, Rukia and Renji realize they must trust Ichigo's group to stop Yhwach. Back in the palace, Yhwach calls Ichigo arrogant for wanting to protect everything, even the Soul King, who he reminds Ichigo was sacrificed for Soul Society's stability. Yoruichi intervenes, trapping Yhwach in Tenchi Heiso, but he dispels her strings with flames, setting the curtain behind him ablaze. As it falls away, Ichigo's group is horrified to see the Soul King suspended with Yhwach's reishi sword driven into his chest. Ichigo races forward, grabbing the sword and attempting to pull it out. Yhwach encourages him, knowing Ichigo has the strength to do so, and as Ichigo struggles, blood vessels light up his arm and face. Yhwach reveals that the Quincy blood within Ichigo demands the Soul King's death, forcing him to swing the sword and slice the crystal in half. With Ichigo's friends shocked, Yhwach revels in his victory, explaining how he orchestrated this moment through Ichigo's Quincy heritage. Now, with the Soul King dead, Yhwach begins to reshape the world. Energy surges from the Soul King's corpse, expanding outward and rocking the palace. Sairete crumbles and tremors shake Hueco Mundo and the human world. In Karakura town, Mizuiro Kojima, Keigo Asano, and Tatsuki Arasawa feel the earthquakes and wonder if it's normal. Tatsuki recalls the soul ticket from Captain Commander Shunsui Kyoraku, reminding her of Ichigo. Meanwhile, Urahara realizes the Soul King's death will cause all worlds to cease to exist, and Yhwach taunts Ichigo one last time, inviting him to witness Soul Society's end at his side, and that's the end of this episode. If you want to watch more anime explained videos, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow our Instagram page and join our WhatsApp group for the latest updates.